Hey guys, I'm back with another wallet tutorial, and in today's video I'll show you how to make a trifold wallet that includes a license or ID holder. From your main fabric you will need a 9-inch square and a 6.5 by 3.5 inch piece. From your lining you will also need a 9-inch square and a 6.5 by 4-inch piece and a 3.5 by 4.5 inch piece. You will also need fusible interfacing, which you will attach to your 9-inch main piece, and I've already done that, and your smallest lining piece. For your closure, you will need sew-on snap. You can also use velcro or any kind of snap fastener. And you will also need some kind of thick paper like a cereal box or a pasta box. And you'll need to cut out a 2.5 by 3.5 inch rectangle from there, as well as a 2.5 by 5.5 inch and a 3-inch by 5.5 inch. For the ID holder, I'm using this plastic that I had lying around. It's some kind of packaging, and I'm going to cut out a 2.5 by 3.5 inch piece from there. You can also use something like a sheet protector. Just be creative. Anything that's lying around. Sheet protectors are fairly cheap. You don't have to go out and buy some vinyl for this project. First, I'm going to make my pockets, and I'm going to be using my cards for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the card and place it in the center of the wrong side of the pocket. And then I'm going to fold over the edges and iron those folds down. I'm going to do this for all 4 sides of each pocket, and if you want you can trim the excess fabric in the corners to help you make the folds more crisp. You should have something like this. Next, I'm going to top stitch just one long side for the 2 larger pockets, and as for the smaller pocket, I'm going to top stitch all around the rectangle. It should look something like this. Next, I'm going to take the smallest pocket, which is the ID holder, and I'm going to use a pencil to draw a smaller rectangle inside this pocket. And it's going to be 1/2 inch from each edge. Now I'm drawing another rectangle using the same method, but this time this is 1/4 inch from the previous rectangle. And I will draw a line from the corner of the smaller rectangle to the corner of the larger rectangle. Next, I'm going to cut out the smaller rectangle and then cut along the lines that are connecting the corners. It should look something like this. Next, I'm going to take the edges and then fold them under and press it down so the folds are flattened nicely, and then I'm going to take the plastic and attach it to the wrong side of the pocket, and I'm going to pin it down and top stitch around the small rectangle we just made. Now I'm placing my main 9-inch square right side facing up, and then the lining 9-inch square right side facing down, and we're gonna sew around with a quarter inch seam allowance, leaving a 3-inch opening on the side. I have clipped my corners, and now I'm going to turn it right side up. After pressing it flat, I've placed my wallet with the main piece on the bottom, and I'm going to fold it up, leaving a 1/4 inch from the top. And I'm going to press this fold flat. Next, I'm turning the wallet over where the main fabric is facing up now, and the smaller side of the fold is on the top. And I'm placing the ID holder, aligning it with the top and left edges of the wallet. And I'm going to pin it down and then top stitch over the stitching that's already there on all three sides, and do not top stitch over the inner long side. Here I've taken the smaller pocket and I'm measuring 1/4 inch from the right as well as 1 1/4 inch from the bottom, and I'm going to place a mark there, and this is where I'm going to stitch on the bottom piece of my sew-on snap. Here I've placed the biggest pocket a 1/2 inch above the fold, and I'm going to place the smaller pocket on top of that, aligning the bottom edges and the right edges of the wallet. And then I'm going to stitch down the bottom as well as the left side. Now I'm looking for the center of the pockets, and I'm going to draw a line going down the middle, and then I'm going to top stitch along that line as well as an 1/8 inch on either side of the line. So you should have 3 lines of stitching in the center. This is what you should have. Now I'm going to top stitch the top edge of the wallet as well as the bottom, which is going to be the outside top edge. So you flip it around and you top stitch on this side as well. And then I'm going to fold it and then I'm going to stitch along the bottom edge with an 1/8 inch seam allowance as well as up the top. Go from bottom to top. Lastly, I have to figure out where I have to attach the second part of my sew-on snap, and I'll be using a disappearing ink fabric pen to mark the spot where I have to sew it on. And you're done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, and subscribe.